Hello ladies and gents, welcome back to the Night POV driving review. In front of us is the new Lynk Co 08 plug-in hybrid. If I unlock the car, you can see the turn signals and the very nice headlights. We have here more trim. This has matrix LED headlights. Now, this plug-in hybrid has the standard 1.5 liter 4-cylinder turbo petrol producing 137 horsepower, same that we had in the 01, but it has a stronger electric motor with 208 horsepower. Combined, this is 345 horsepower. 0 to 100 should be 6.8 seconds. We're sitting on big 29-inch alloys, but very comfortable suspension. The car looks very nice and posh. It's a bigger SUV, at least it's pretty long. Now you can see here the animation when you lock and unlock the car. I'm gonna open the power tailgate just for the animation to finish here. And you can see also here we have dynamic turn signals. Okay, they didn't engage now. The boot is, I would say, okay. You can see here the light, but it is a plug-in hybrid, so it's usually sometimes, limiting the bottom part. I'm gonna close this up and jump into the car. So let's start driving. Now, what's interesting is that this plug-in hybrid is maybe the best plug-in hybrid due to the fact that it has good petrol. It's not underpowered when you deplete the battery, and it has a large battery. It's almost 40 kilowatts. The only sad part is, or con, that it's not an LFP battery, but it offers 200 kilometers of range when you charge it to 100%. That's more than enough for commuting. So if you charge this at home, you can drive almost for a week without charging the car. And always, if you're going to road trips, you can just, start the petrol. A little music here. Okay, so now it's mostly domestic music here, so I'm not really sure if I'm going to find anything that's a non-domestic. Okay, let's try this one. This one's usually like some sort of dance or techno music. Oh, nope. So I guess it's just radio, news, politics, and so on. I'm going to try one more. If not, we're just going to start driving. Yeah, there's a little demo there, so that's a popular song from the past. Now, if you saw the night review, you can see the amulets are like a gaming PC. They can change lights. It's pretty cool. At least for me personally, you can put a solid color. I'm gonna use the embedded navigation, and that's it. I am going to reset the trip computer for this drive. I'm going to be driving EV. Maybe on the highway I might kick it to petrol, but let's just see how the car performs. Backing camera, the lights flash when you're like reversing. You can even see here in the centimeters. But I wanted to just show you the camera has a really excellent resolution. Okay, we're heading out now. Pay attention to these matrix headlights. So these are turning in the bends. It's also a little foggy, obviously, so when we get to the highway, I'm not sure if there's going to be any traffic. It's a late hour. So I'm just gonna put this to full screen. Not sure if we're gonna see the matrix performance. Actually, there's an incoming car here. It's not a long game. It's not on, but I think maybe not. It's maybe not creating shadows at the moment. Also, I noticed when I stop for the traffic light that these A-pillars are really good. They're not too obstructive, and thanks to this mirror design here, you have a good overview for the pedestrians on the left side or in a roundabout incoming cars. Also, you can see that this mirror is pushed to the side, and it's like on this small piece on the top of it, which creates perfect aerodynamics. There's almost no whistling noise around it. It's perfect. Now, 21-inch alloys. These are big. In the core trim, you get 19-inch. That will give you a little bit more range, slightly more comfort. The suspension is really good considering that we're sitting on 21-inch. Now, I just remembered, and this is one thing that you will either have to get used to or you will be annoyed because you have to switch it off every time. So it's the assistance. One of the assistants is not so annoying. That's a speed limit reminder. The annoying one is, let me just see here. It's the driver alert or driver attention alert. Simply because I have camera, so this camera here is watching my eyes. It can't always see my face, so it's just popping annoying messages. It is not super sensitive, but it is a little bit sometimes giving false positives, because when you're paying attention to the traffic, it's gonna pop a message, pay attention to the traffic, because it's the designers or the programmers, the only idea is you're paying attention if you're watching straight, but the reality is in the city and even on the highway, you need to sometimes turn, you need to check your blind spot. I mean, you should on the highway do it through the mirrors, but in the city you need to turn, you need to check your blind spot and you know, pay attention to traffic. Yeah, here, pay attention to the headlight beam. You can see when I slightly move the steering wheel, it's moving left and right, left and right. See that car? Left and right. So the Lynk Co 01 had that, but this one has a matrix, so you can see the pixels switching on and off when you're moving the beam left and right. We have a green arrow here. Now there's some instructions here, so I'm just going gently. I can speed up here. Whoa, it's really nice. 345 horsepower. It's system horsepower, combining both petrol and electric, is more than enough for this car. It wouldn't hurt always to have more power. And in China, there is even 500 horsepower version for this plug-in hybrid, but this is just enough. This is the entry model that we have in Europe, and this is more than enough. This is not ideal. The long beam is on, but you can see the pixels moving with my steering wheel. So usually you should disengage when it's foggy, the long beam, even if you have the matrix. If it's like really thick fog, not this, it's fine. But this helps so you can see a little bit better how the actual beam looks like and how it's moving. See, just a slight turn of the steering wheel. I hope you can see this on the camera because it's pretty amazing. Yeah. Now, the good thing about this plug-in hybrid, and I think it's probably the best, because you have 60 liters of fuel tank, and the petrol 137 horsepower feels enough. I haven't driven on the highway super fast, but it feels enough. It's not spending too much fuel. It's a turbo, and the electric motor is powerful enough as well when you're driving EV, and when you're combining, it's just enough power and it feels great. There's recuperation settings, and I've kicked it to the highest recuperation because this is then very similar to one pedal driving. All you have to press the brake and engage the auto hold. But if you put it to auto setting, it will not brake at all. It will just coast. Maybe on a full battery at higher speeds, when you let go, it's going to recuperate a little bit, but it's actually mostly just coasting, or just, you know, the inertia is pushing the car. And sometimes that might be the more efficient way, spending less power, less fuel. But if you like to recuperate back into the battery, maybe extend your EV driving, you should recuperate. But it's also not bad to, you know, keep the recuperation off, or in this auto setting, simply due to the fact that you should burnish your brakes, because many EVs or EV owners who drive their cars solely on one pedal driving get rust buildup on their disc brakes. So, and that's then a problem. Okay, seems like they've removed these constructions here, so I can turn here like I used to. So car has a big battery, 200 kilometers of range, very impressive. I don't think most people will be using the petrol if you have a house and you're charging this. And again, I've said this many times, it doesn't have any sense of buying a plug-in hybrid if you're not going to charge it. Same as EV. In EV, you must charge it. With this one, okay, this petrol is actually good. It's when the battery is empty, it's not spending a lot of petrol considering the size of this SUV. Again, I didn't do consumption test this time because I went to a press conference and I was driving this on an open road, and it was 5.5 liters, and on the way back it was like 6.5, which is the WVLTP. That was combining the open road and the highway, but just open road, when I reset it, it was 5.5. I think you can get it even maybe circle it to 5, you know, round it up to 5 liters if you're driving really gently and efficiently, or if you're recuperating. But overall, an amazing SUV. Let's talk about the interior. The interior is freaking amazing. I like this beige interior. There's also a black one. The copper details, they look a little bit like for the, you know, for the girls, for the women, but it's completely fine. I don't mind it, honestly. I love these ambient lights. I've said that. And the interior looks great. The driving position feels so good. When I sat in the car, I was like, wow, it just feels so good for me. I'm a tall person, but I have this perfect sitting position. I wasn't a fan of this mirrors with this design where they come to the edge, but I kind of like them now. And I love the fact that they are stretched. This is the ideal way they should make it for aerodynamics, for better non-blind spot A-pillar situation, and it's just good. Exterior, I like it as well. It's a little bit different, especially with those lights on the side. It's a little bit saying I'm from China, you know, but I don't think it's too tacky, or I think it looks okay. It's a little bit standing out, it's a bit different, but it's pretty good. Now, are there any cons? Well, you have an amazing sound also system. Is it worth 5,000 euros more for the more trim? I don't think so. If I'm being honest, the core trim is pretty good. But I really can't say that I have any cons regarding the driving and so on. Okay, there are some. First of all, wireless charger. There's 2 phone spots, only one is wireless charger. The front passenger would like to charge their phone as well. Wifey, husband, whatever. Another thing, charging speed is not, it's supposed to be 85. I've charged it once, so I'm gonna give it a chance again. It didn't go above 50. It was like 10 minutes longer than advertised, but I guess it's fine. The suspension is so comfortable. They cover this really deep manholes. I'm not sure why, but they did. And another thing, this is EU. This is Brussels. The stupid people who think they have good ideas, but they're pretty stupid, and they're actually dangerous. All these new cars now must have driver monitor system, which is annoying. I've seen a few cars which are really good. They work the way it's supposed to be. They warn you if you're really drowsy too much, if you are, super long, like watching down or watching the screen. It warns you. But when you're paying attention to the traffic and this starts beeping, then it's not right. It's just too sensitive. And if it's beeping with some sort of annoying sound, I've heard some cars that are sensitive a little bit, but they don't have an annoying chime. This one's not super obnoxious. It's okay, but it's not perfect. It should be less driver orientation. Also, for the speed limits, I think there should be just a shortcut to disable those. The speed limit in this one is not annoying. It's just a little chime. It's not annoying, and it's completely fine. Some people actually want to have that when you're going to some rigorous countries like Austria, which have crazy speed limits, or there's 30 speed limit in the cities. We have 50 here, so, or 40, which for us that's too slow. I get it, the reasons why they put those, but it's just like that. I can speed up here. The car is barely leaning, only if I'm aggressively turning. It's pretty good. I'm so comfortable here talking and everything that I've forgot to actually see how the car reacts in the bend. But again, it's almost like an EV. It has a really good battery, big battery, so it gives it the low center of gravity. Okay, driving 100 here, I can hear the tires. These are winter tires. I'm not sure if these are EV tires. I don't think so. But considering wind noise is great, let's speed up to 130. Pushing it here so the petrol's engaging. $130. It's pretty quiet. This is a big SUV. It's pretty good, especially when the petrol's not on. Okay, I'm gonna slow down here a little bit. Now, let me engage the cruise control. So, I'm gonna put it to 100. So check this out. I'm using the turn signal. The car should change lanes. I haven't tested this. Oops, no. Okay, I don't think it was about to do it. There is a setting here. Maybe, I'm not sure if it's, why is this just, okay, I'm not sure what happened here. Okay, there should be like a assistant that would change lanes for you, but I don't think it's doing it. I haven't tested it, honestly. I think I did engage it. Anyways, cruise control looks very simple to use. You set it on, set the speed, keeps you in the lane. So if I push the car to the side, it keeps me in the center, doesn't bounce me left and right. So it's pretty decent. I'm now wondering if the matrix are engaged. Oops. Okay, that's a long beam. Yeah, there's no traffic now. You can see the long beam, although it's foggy, not supposed to use it. I just realized I haven't engaged it, but it doesn't say here. Oh, now it's auto. Okay, apologies there. I thought it was by default on. It wasn't. It's my mistake. There's a truck there, but I don't think the camera is realizing. He's not flashing me because there's a barrier. I'm gonna slow down. I think there's like a car that might pass me, so there's still room for those to just like disengage. So I'm gonna drop it to 90 here. Soon my exit, just to see if it's gonna like. Oh yeah, it's disabling the side here. You can see that. I know there's street lights now, so it's not perfect, but it definitely, I can see it's doing a shadow. It's not perfect. There's so many street lights. It's so bright tonight, but the matrix lights or the headlights, excuse me, do work. So that's pretty good. We're getting to an exit here, so I'm not gonna be speeding up. So I'm just going to disengage the cruise. I didn't speed up to 150, but you saw it in the day review, so yeah, everything about this car is, I gotta say, great. The driving, the handling, it feels confident. You can change the driving modes. You can change the steering setting for light or more responsive. But I gotta say, it's an amazing SUV. Now, cargo is good, but it's a plug-in hybrid, so the bottom is not really useful. There's not too much room because they've placed a 12-volt battery in the back, not on the front. Interior space is great. Everything is nice and posh. Build quality is great. This is actually, this is part of Geely Group, so there's a lot of Volvo technology and design a little bit as well in this one. Now, I think I've said everything, like all the good stuff and maybe a few stuff that could be better. Price. The entry model is 50,000 euros and this one is 55, but it's actually 56 if you count the color option. That's almost 1,000 euros. Now, it's like a small mid-size SUV when I think about it, because in Europe, for European standards, this is sort of a big SUV, but if you compare it to North American standards, it's actually not a big SUV. Now, I don't think Lynk Co is available in the Northern America. I'm not sure about Southern America or Middle, or excuse me, like Mexico. They're actually part of the North America, if I'm not mistaken. But yeah, this is only available in China, in Europe, maybe some of the Asian countries as well. But altogether, great car. There's a lot of skeptical people, and I would say Lynk Co locally also hasn't invested too much in advertising their cars for some reason, but they have really amazing cars. I've tested 2 models so far. There's the 02 EV. We haven't had that one on test yet. So, but so far the cars I've tested are amazing. Now, there was some traffic here, but hopefully I don't see anyone behind me or in front. We're going to do just a quick launch here in the hybrid mode. You can hear the petrol. That was pretty decent. Brakes are solid. Usually in these plug-in hybrids or EVs, I almost forget to mention the brakes simply because I'm not using them. I prefer recuperating, but they're good. Not super grippy from the start, just like your standard brakes. They're pretty solid. This brake, I didn't floor it all the way, is just, I would say, pretty good. There's a ramp here for some reason. I'm not going to go down the road anymore because there's a security guard on the other one. You can see here all the way down. It's pretty good long beam, and it's pretty good. Another good thing about this car, that it's definitely, you know, Volvo philosophy, and I like it because it's also Tesla philosophy. Philosophy. I drive a Tesla, and that's the fact that you don't have a start-stop button. You really don't need one. The Lynk Co 01 had it, but you don't need it. This one, you use your key fob or your smartphone with the app, which you can, by the way, use to remote start the car, precondition it, and so on. You just jump in the car, press the brake, hit drive, and you drive off. When you stop, put it to park. Even if you unbuckle, it's gonna hit it to park. You just exit, close the car, it's gonna lock, and that's it. No need for extra buttons. Now, sorry I didn't engage Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, but you do have those as well. And one of the things I maybe forgot to mention in the review, if you go here, I'll probably cut it in, and the Night Tour, you have front massage seats in this top trim, and it's a really good solid massage. I gotta say, it's nice, not too firm but not too soft, so it's just about right. So I wish I had this in my Tesla. This is definitely a big plus. You can also see here 3D buildings and the navigation. Now, time to wrap up the video. Unfortunately, all videos have to have an end, and all the drives. Now, definitely big impressions for the first time for the 08, an amazing SUV. I love the 01, but I even love the 08 even more. Now, also a good thing is that the EV sound is not obnoxiously loud. It's quite okay. Now, I'm gonna let the window down just so you can hear this sound. So it's like, it would be cool if you can switch it off, but I guess you have to have it. Sometimes pedestrians just don't realize you're behind them when you creep with the tires. That's it. I have to wrap up the review. I'm gonna park it here, and you can see the car a little bit in the garage as well, so you can see how the lights are moving. Look at that. Okay, it stops once you hit like 2 or 3 kilometers, but yeah, perfect parking as always. Definitely, if you're interested, go for a test drive. I will do a separate video of range tests, see if I can actually get for the full charge on a highway at least 150 kilometers or close. That would be really amazing. I'm pretty sure you can get in the city with normal driving close to 200, so it's pretty amazing. I'm really enjoying this massage, and it's super great, definitely. I'll end it here. Thank you for watching, and stay tuned for more videos. Let me see here if I unbuckle. Okay, when I open the door, the light should come on. Yeah, so there you go. Thank you for watching. I'm going to show you the car from the outside one more time here, so just to show you the back. At first it was looking a little bit busy design-wise because of these taillights, actually because of this part. And on the front as well, it's the same. But once you get used to it, I think it looks good. And it's a really nice design. Thank you once again, and subscribe to the channel if you want to see more content like this. Until next one, bye. It actually locks up and then switches off. It's like coming, leaving home.